Assalamu alaikum. Hello, welcome to our channel. We are the Muslim Family Adventures. Today I have a fun and exciting video for you guys. 5 hacks when traveling with young kids. Before we get started, if everyone can press the subscribe button below, that would be wonderful. That way you get notifications when we have a new video uploaded and you join our wonderful family of traveling Muslim family adventurers. So yeah, if you can press the subscribe button below, that would be wonderful. And let's get started. All right, so 5 traveling hacks. When you have young kids, traveling with young kids is very different than traveling when you are alone or a couple or with girlfriends or any of that. So the traveling is different, and it might even scare families that it's more work than it's worth. And I want to tell you guys that is absolutely not true. It is 100% worth it. And yes, you will get tired, but if you're mentally prepared that it is different than traveling alone, traveling solo, or as a couple, or with friends. You will be more prepared and mentally ready when traveling with family. So, and tips to have you prepared ahead of time will actually make it easier when you're actually in the travel. So my number one tip for you guys is packing snack packs for each of the children and water bottles for each of the kids separately. So each kid is responsible for their own. I understand when they're babies, stick it in their baby bag, or toddlers, stick it in the baby bag. But when they start walking and they're on their own, pack a snack pack or water bottle and hand to each kid, and they are responsible for their own snacks. So anytime hunger hits and the whining starts, oh, do you have something in your snack bag? Check it out. And that will actually make it more exciting because they will feel independent and that they are in charge of their own snacks and their own things and their own pencils or whatever is in their backpack. It's up to them what's in there. They're in charge of carrying it. I wanted to share with you guys a couple backpacks that we have used in the past. This was used when I had to leash my toddler. So my toddler, and each one of them, I have 3 kids, so each one of them, when they were in the toddler phase, this backpack has been handed down from my eldest kid to my youngest kid. Very helpful. I know this looks inhumane to leash them and all that, but we have been in situations where we are, when we went for Umrah and we're traveling where there are a lot of people and there is a likelihood that your child will get lost or, it's just not safe. So it's better to leash them. So this backpack, stick their whatever they want in there, pencil, journal, snacks, and then they're good to go. This is an idea I got from my dear friend over at Modest Beauty, so please check her out on Instagram. Her Instagram is Modest Beauty. Check her out. She sells scarves and she's, mashallah, amazing person to be around, very positive and very kind person. And she has children, and so she gave me this tip of using these string backpacks. She said, give every kid their own string backpack, and these are light, these are plastic, and they'll be, responsible for their own snack packs, their own water, and you don't have to worry. So everything goes in here. And when we went on our recent trip over to Utah, Arizona, which it's in the channel, if you want to check out our itinerary and our trip highlights, we have videos in our channel, so feel free to check that out. So we kind of made our own, we personalized our own backpacks. So this is mine, Muslim Family Adventurers, and we had fun and spent a good evening personalizing our backpacks and having a good family evening together. So these are light, these are plastic, very easy to carry, and anytime there's, gloves, hats, everything went in here. So gloves, hats, water bottles, snacks, booklets, journals, everything went in here. And so anytime, if the whining begins that I'm hungry or I'm tired or I'm, grab your water, grab your snack, they'll give you energy, inshallah. So that's number 1. Backpacks for all, number 1. So leash backpacks for if your children are young toddlers or, young children that can run away easily or get lost in a crowd, and string backpacks for the older kids and the parents even. All right, number 2. Number two is my favorite, color coordinate. I know it can seem a little, what is it? Tacky or silly to color coordinate. Not only is it fun to color coordinate and to match your family together, for me it is personally, not only is it fun, but it is also a safety feature. It allows you to keep an eye on everyone in your party, and that way if somebody walks off or wanders off, or it's easier in the mind, and as a mother's eye I can say it's easier to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's easier to see from a mother's eye. And we're mothers, we're always worried for our children and looking out for them, and so it's easier to kind of catch your group. If today's color was, for our trip recently, I got matching hoodies for everybody. So green hoodies were for our Utah trip, maroon hoodies were for our Arizona trip, and so it was easy to catch them. Green, okay, today's green, stop wandering off, come on back. So yeah, it's not only is it fun, but it's also a safety feature. So color coordinate your family members, and I think it looks great in pictures. All right, number three of 5 hacks when traveling with kids. So number 1 we said was the backpacks and the snack packs for each of the family members. Number 2, color coordinate. Number 3, take breaks, recharge. Traveling alone and like I said, is very different than traveling with family members and with young children especially. Children get tired easily, but they also once you recharge, take a break, take them for a nap around their midday nap if they're still napping. Snacks, stop, pause, eat some snacks, enjoy the sights. There's no I know that when planning an itinerary, it's you want to see it all or you want to do it all, but with children it's going to be a little bit different. So you may have to space out your itineraries, either stay a day or two longer if you want to see other things that you're scared you're going to miss out, and just take it easy. It's much more fun when it's relaxed and you're able to recharge with your family. And every family has their own idea of recharge. I know for us that we've been traveling for a while, and so it's easier for us to just get up and go. We might just need 15-20 minutes and we're ready to go for the next thing. So yes, which is where I get the name of the Go 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 Energizer Bunny. It's because we're just used to it at this point. We've been traveling with the kids since they were babies, and so we're used to it. We're at a point now where my youngest is 7, and so at most it's a potty break, wash your face, get some snacks, recharge if you want to lie down for 10-15 minutes, and then we're ready to go for the next thing. So yeah, so take breaks, recharge, whatever fits your family. Definitely put that in, because you don't want to push yourself to exhaustion, or you don't want to make kids, if they don't get their rest at some point, they'll get have a tantrum, and when things start showing up, that's your cue to take a break and pause and recharge. So yeah, that's number 3. Number 4, I would say, is journals for each of the young children. When we went for Umrah a couple years ago, we had Umrah journals for each member of the family. This encourages children to jot down their feelings, write down their experiences, their observations, and it's easier to remember when you're in the moment. So we went to Mount Arafah, took a break, and jot down your feelings. If you go to Medina and Masjid Nabawi and you sit down, jot down your feelings. And so we were encouraging journaling throughout the entire trips that we go to. And sometimes it might be easier to get a little journal. That way it's easy to travel with and not a big one. So yeah, that's my number 4th tip, is to journal and have travel journals for each family member, so that they feel excited, empowered, and can jot down their feelings at that exact moment. Sometimes we ask the kids also after the travel to write down about their experience and write an essay or whatever, and that helps their writing skills as well. Along with journals, I want to mention in my previous videos, I talked about booklets at the national parks. So if you haven't watched those videos, each of the national parks has booklets for their junior rangers because they encourage they encourage kids to be in nature and to observe and do activities in nature. And so they have these little booklets at each of the national parks. You have to go to the visitor center and ask them for it. And once you complete the booklet, you get a junior ranger badge. And so that's encouraging for the children to learn about the national park, you know, find this and find that and different activities. And it's fun. It's fun for the kids. So that's number 4. And on to our last one. My last and final tip for hacks when traveling with young kids is, drumroll, probably the most controversial hack or tip I can give you, because every parent has a different parenting style. It is path of least resistance. So this is a concept in our home that we have embodied, and we are trying to embody. Path of least resistance. We want to create a peaceful and enjoyable trip. We don't want tantrums. We don't want, you know, any type of unhappy or, you know, pulling down the vibes type of behavior. So path of least resistance. So when traveling with young kids, you may have to bribe them every once in a while. It's as sad as that sounds. Feel free to drop this tip if this doesn't work for you, but it works for us. So when we went for Umrah involved a lot of walking. So I know that as an adult, we get tired and our feet hurt, and, you know, sometimes you get blisters and things like that with the tawaf and the Safa Marwa and all of that. So I know, and my little one I think she was around 5 when we went. So I know she was gonna get tired and whine and all that. So she was carried on the shoulder by my husband a lot. But regardless, she had to walk a lot. And so a way to encourage them, okay, let's go for Dhuhr and let's go for Asr and let's walk to the Haram for Maghrib and Isha. A way to encourage them was, we were passing by the 3 Riyal and the 2 Riyal stores, and we had to stop and get toys. And that was a bribe, you can call it, or you can call it motivation for the kids to go, okay, let's get out of our hotel, and if we go for Maghrib, inshallah we'll buy you this, or inshallah we'll buy you that. And sometimes we'd buy it before the salahs or whatever, and sometimes after, and it was to and then they'd stay busy and let us pray into our ibadah in peace. So path of least resistance, this is a controversial hack. Feel free to drop this one if this doesn't work for you. But other travels, we collect, we get stuff from the dollar store ahead of time, kind of keep it, you know, pens and little things, stickers and this like that, things like that, and keep it with us. And that way, when we feel like we need to bribe the children to do, you know, to do the next activity, sometimes it gets to that point, we are prepared. So that is my last and final tip. Just a quick recap. Number 1, backpack, snack packs, water bottles for each kid. Number 2, color coordinate. It's fun. And number 3, take breaks, recharge. Traveling with kids is not the same as traveling when you are alone. Number 4, journal, booklets, things like that to encourage creativity and observation from the kids. And number 5, path of least resistance. You may have to bribe them sometimes. So those are my tips for you guys. I hope you enjoy this video. Please subscribe and like the video, and share this channel with others who may be interested. All right, take care. Assalamu alaikum. It's good to hang out with you guys. Take care. Assalamu alaikum.